Some men believe attraction fades with time. They think youth is the peak and everything after is decline. They look at aging as something to fight, hide, or apologize for. But men who truly understand attraction, especially how women experience it, know something very different. Age doesn't take attraction away. It adds music layers. It adds depth. It adds calm. It adds presence. And presence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can develop. Being a good-looking older man isn't confidence versus youth about chasing youth. It's not about competing with younger men. It's not about trying to prove anything. It's about owning who you've become. Here's something most men underestimate. Women are far more attracted to your emotional stability, confidence, and energy than to a perfect face or a youthful body. Today, we're breaking down 8 subtle signs that show you have a natural advantage as an older man. An advantage that quietly challenges age gap myths. Sign number 1. Calm, masculine presence and rewrites the rules of attraction. Welcome to the female psyche, where attraction is psychological, confidence is calm, and men learn how to show up in relationships without force or performance. Let's begin. Sign 1. Younger women hold eye contact, then look away. You've probably experienced this. A younger woman meets your gaze. She holds it just a second longer than normal. Then she looks away. Most men misinterpret this moment. They assume it's awkward or uncomfortable or even rejection. But from a psychological sign number 2, women feel safe around you perspective. This is often a signal of attraction. Here's where many men get it wrong. Some avoid eye contact entirely because they don't want to appear intrusive. Others hold it too long, turning curiosity into pressure. Neither creates attraction. When a woman holds eye contact and then looks away, it's often a mix of interest, awareness, and respect for your presence. She's registering you. She's feeling something and she's leaving space. This is where older men have a quiet advantage. When sign number 3, you're taken seriously, you don't rush to fill that space. When you stay grounded instead of nervous. When you don't chase the moment, you communicate confidence without effort. Women find this incredibly attractive because it feels safe and controlled. There's no rush, no hunger, no neediness. And this dynamic isn't limited to dating. That same calm eye contact signals leadership in any social setting. It shows you're comfortable holding space and letting others meet you there. Stay with me, because this sign, number 4, you don't chase. Validation quiet confidence becomes even more visible the moment you walk into a room. Sign 2. People describe you as distinguished, not cute. Many men spend years trying to look younger. They compete with men half their age. They chase trends that no longer fit them. They cling to an image instead of evolving. And without realizing it, they miss what age actually offers. Distinction. When people describe you as distinguished, they're not just commenting on your appearance. They're noticing your maturity, your composure. Sign number 5, patience and emotional control, your sense of self. Cute is fleeting. Handsome can be superficial, but distinguished suggests something deeper. It implies experience, stability, presence. Music. It means you're not trying to impress. You're comfortable being seen as you are. From a psychological perspective, this is extremely attractive to women. A distinguished man feels grounded, predictable in a good way, emotionally safe. Music. And here's the key point. This type of attraction doesn't fade with sign number 6, style and self-respect time. It grows with it. Sign 3. You've aged into your features. Most men fight aging. They try to erase wrinkles, hide gray hair, control every visible sign of time. But the men who truly stand out do something different. They integrate aging into their identity. You don't lose attractiveness when you age into your features. You gain character. Your face now tells a story of experience, of pressure survived, of lessons learned. Women are deeply, sign, mer7, emotional intelligence sensitive to this kind of depth. There's a noticeable difference between a man who tries to look young and a man who looks at peace with himself. The second one carries emotional weight, and that weight changes how people respond to music. You don't enter a room trying to prove anything. You enter knowing who you are. That self-acceptance is magnetic. Sign 4. Women adjust their hair or neck when you enter the room. Attraction is rarely loud. It's subtle, often unconscious. Many men miss it because they're looking for obvious sign narrate. Women seek your attention signals. But attraction shows up in micro-behaviors. When a woman touches her hair, adjusts her neck, or subtly fixes her appearance as you arrive, it's often an instinctive response. Psychologically, this means one thing. Your presence activated her awareness of herself. Her body reacted before her mind. This doesn't mean she's planning anything. It doesn't mean she's inviting you. It means you registered. And here's where many men go wrong. They react too quickly. They change their behavior. Final psychology insight. They try to capitalize on the moment. The most attractive response is none at all. When you remain calm, centered, and unchanged, you signal that attention doesn't destabilize you. That emotional steadiness is deeply attractive, and it improves not just romantic interactions, but every social interaction you have. Sign 5. When you enter a room, the energy shifts. Some men try to dominate a room the moment they walk in. They talk louder. They joke more. They exaggerate their presence. Others do the opposite. They shrink. They stay invisible. But the men who are naturally attractive, music, especially as they get older, do neither. They enter calmly and something changes. If you've ever noticed conversations slowing down when you arrive, music. If attention subtly reorients, if there's a brief silence that feels noticeable but not uncomfortable, that's not awkwardness, that's presence. Music. From a psychological standpoint, silence after arrival means one thing. The group is recalibrating around a new energy. Your nervous system is steady enough that it affects the room. Women are particularly sensitive to this. A man who doesn't rush to assert himself feels safe. He feels contained. He feels reliable. This isn't dominance. It's emotional gravity. And emotional gravity is one of the most attractive traits a man can develop with age. You're not demanding attention, you're allowing it. Sign music 6. People assume you're successful before you speak. Insecure men feel the need to explain themselves. They list achievements. They justify their worth. They over-communicate. Confident men don't. If people often assume you're successful before you've said a word, it's not because of what you tell them. It's because of how you carry yourself. Music. Your movements are unhurried. Your posture is open but contained. Your speech is minimal but deliberate. Psychologically, this creates positive projection. Others fill in the blanks for you. Women interpret this as stability and competence. Men interpret it as authority. And here's what matters most. Music. This perception doesn't require wealth, status, or titles. It comes from internal alignment. A man who is at peace with himself doesn't need to announce anything, and that silence becomes power. Sign music 7. You wear simplicity like luxury. Many men confuse style with effort. They add too much. They overlayer. They rely on bold statements to stand out. But refined men understand restraint. When you wear simplicity, well, clean lines, good fit, quality materials, you send a very specific signal. You're not trying to impress your music expressing self-respect. From a psychological angle, simplicity communicates clarity. It tells others you know who you are. You don't need excess to feel validated. Women perceive this as emotional maturity. Men perceive it as self-command. And the most important detail, this kind of style ages well. It doesn't rely on trends. It doesn't expire. It evolves with you. Sign 8. Even other men respect your presence and style. This is one of the most overlooked signs of all. Many men focus exclusively on female attention, but male respect is often the stronger indicator. When other men respect your style, your posture, your presence, it's not about fashion. It's about coherence. They sense that you're not competing. You're not posturing. You're not trying to dominate the hierarchy. And paradoxically, that's what places you above it. Psychologically, men respect men who are stable within themselves, and women instinctively trust men who are respected by other men. This creates a quiet social proof that no words can replace: music. Here's the truth. Most men never hear clearly enough. Attraction is not about looking young. It's about how you carry what you've lived through. Music, your experiences, your failures, your lessons, all of it shows. Not just on your face, but in your voice, your movements, your restraint. Men who age well don't erase their past, they integrate it. Music. And that integration creates depth. Depth creates trust. Trust creates attraction. This is why true attractiveness doesn't fade with time, it deepens. If you recognized yourself in several of these signs, there's something important you should understand. You're not simply aging well. You're becoming more grounded, more readable, more attractive in a way that has nothing to do with chasing validation. Women are not drawn to perfection. They're drawn to emotional stability, self-awareness, and presence. A man who doesn't force, a man who doesn't rush, a man who knows exactly who he is. That's the kind of masculine energy that creates real attraction. Not just initial interest, but lasting desire. And that's exactly what we explore here on the female psyche. Not tactics, not manipulation, not performances, but a deeper understanding of female psychology, relational dynamics, and how men can naturally elevate their attractiveness music by working on their inner state, not a mask. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below and simply write distinguished. It helps us recognize the men who stay until the end, the ones who are serious about growth, understanding, and alignment. And if you want more content like this, grounded, psychological, and real, subscribe to The Psychology of